Shades, we're your host, Shadow the Wayne Kanakura here with an episode of Raincoat. We're back with Yuma here. Also, I noticed in the idol animation that Shinigami is next to us, so it does seem she's probably attached to our soul, more likely.
Awesome.
This means I can freely go in and out of places I couldn't before.
Job, Yuma.
Also, the hallway's brightly lit now. Seems like the regular power is switched back on.
Okay.
Anyway, we gotta investigate the murder scene. We need to hurry up before more peacekeepers arrive.
Yep, mysteriful.
Okay, those are things.
What
Do
are
things,
those?
as it turns out.
They're lost, wandering souls. They're your natural enemies while you're in ghost form.
Really?
Is this what Vivia was warning us about?
Probably.
Yeah, just be careful not to touch them.
What happens if I do?
You'll be
Die.
joining them! I can't wait to see that!
Why are you excited about that? Anyway,
Interesting
let's be
sight, an
careful and make
idea.
sure not to
That's
touch them.
why.
Time for the tutorial!
Character controls. I like how they just have the L stick as character controls. Okay.
Things are gonna get nuts.
Get to hit critical lab, but watch out, yeah. A wandering soul will drag whatever it touches to the afterlife, so be careful. So
Like
spooky.
Driftwood from Pokemon.
Alright, let's hurry.
Do I really have to, can I just go this way? Nope. Motherfucker.
Never-
Can I go the
don't
other
know
way?
Pokemon.
It'd be funny if there were actually no ghosts this way. And of course, there's just a giant one, so I gotta do dodge and duck and weave.
Oh, that was a close one.
I mean, not really. I'm not even sure.
It's flowing like a waterfall.
Okay, I have to go into single. Okay. Ah, fuck this. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, I can't. Oh wait, can I go that way? There's a door, but that leads to the other lab, so I don't want to go there, so I have to go this way. Okay. Holy shit, okay.
There's so many!
This is a mini game. It's like, it's different, too. Holy shit. I feel like I'm driving like a car on ice. Like I'm just slipping around and I'm like, oh shit. Okay. Hey, it's like when you played Hollow Knight and you had to dodge the saw blades.
Hollow Knight was slightly harder.
What
Just
the-
slightly.
Wait, what the fuck is this? How am I supposed to... There's no dodging this. What? Is there? Okay, I think I see it. I think it's these two ghosts here, and I have to, like, follow behind them and slowly walk. Okay. Son of a bitch. God damn. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, what fun.
Go, go, go!
Shut up. Oh my god. And there's one that pops out of the floor right here. Okay. Dude, you can turn.
Awesome.
You walk
Fucking-
in 90-degree angles. Fucker.
We have to hurry to the crime scene.
He's controlling like something off the NES, man.
Okay. Run. I'm trying to make it around the corner.
Oh
What the fuck?
my
This is
god.
bullshit. Oh my god.
You...
Walking around this guy. Oh my god. Okay.
Too much for you to bear?
Okay, there we go. They better not spawn me back before then. Can I hold on? No, fucking they do. Okay, lovely. I'm on the last stages. I'm on the last step of this shit, and they asked me to have like the most minor function with a character who walks like 3 feet with a tap. Like, oh my god. Game, you don't have articulate movement to pull this shit off.
I was really sorry.
Oh my god. You don't give a shit. You wouldn't. It does not affect you. Because I was trying to do a curve, but it's like
Here.
if you go right,
there's
it is
no one
an
inside.
immediate turn. Like there's no curvature to it. It's not like a car at all. So it's like you either full send it or you don't. You know?
Just don't, right?
Who cares if there is? Not like they can see you anyway.
It's a matter of how I feel. Even if they can't see me, it'd make me uneasy if peacekeepers were there.
I mean, you're a
Get
detective.
over it, you
Get over it.
dumbass.
Like-
Yeah, dumbass.
You're a detective. Are you telling me you're
Fucking,
like?
it's. Well,
You're-
I
it's
feel
just-
I'm a shy detective. I'm a shy mystery solver. I can't do it when
And
others
you're-
are watching.
Yeah, and the other thing is that it's like you're trying to also technically try to save your friend. So I feel like you
Oh,
should kind of
that's
get over
important to
yourself.
you. Right.
Like if
I
you
don't know
really
if
want to
that's important.
save the chief, you should be like, I have to solve the mystery. Not, I don't know if I can handle the pressure if there's anyone around. Like, what the fuck? Like there were.
So that's how it is. I'm already used to it, so I didn't notice.
I mean, I don't. I think it's a good question. Like, what does he mean by around? Because peacekeepers are always sort of around. Like, do you mean in line of sight? Is that what's discomforting, or are you just annoyed that there are so many in such close proximity? Not annoyed, sorry. Uneasy that so many are in close proximity. Because you are in no risk right now. Well, actually, no. If they break into your room, you know, that you can't do shit about that. But I mean,
It's like-
as in this room you're in, you know, in the spirit form, there's no risk here for you. So if anything, you should be more easy than usual because you can't get caught here, you know?
Nobody's here. Guess the peacekeepers have better stuff to do than investigate after all that happened. I wonder if the doctor's body is still here.
Maybe
Probably.
the doctor's soul is still floating around here, unable to pass on.
Awesome if it was.
I just scared myself.
Hey, if we meet the doctor's soul, maybe we can ask him what happened.
That'd be the funniest case ever. Could you imagine we had a mystery case and
We
it's like,
just
well,
meet
who really
the dead
killed him?
guy.
And then we just find the guy's ghost. He's like, I just was super depressed, man. Like, I mean, I know I didn't do the normal kind, but like, I mean, I had a knife, you know. I just threw it up in the air, and I was
Death
like, hey, if I
of
live, I
directly
live,
is
you know. And I didn't
If I
live.
live, I live. If I die, I die. It's
This may
It's
be
fate's
weird
choice to
coming
guide
from
me.
But
Shit.
I doubt it'll be that easy.
I guess so. We'll just have to take this
Yeah.
one step at a time.
If it was a comedy game, then that definitely would be the case. But it's mystery, so it's never gonna be the case.
Time to
Alright, the only thing I know.
master.
I have to
don't
go
rush
start-
things. Let's check for clues in the front chamber first.
Fine. You're not wrong, but also, I just want to get that knife.
This intercom is connected to the doctor's lab. I spoke to Dr. Weska a few times over this. We were talking on the intercom when the incident started. Dr. Weska, I'll come get you. Can you shut off the security on your end?
I really haven't too much on Resident Evil. I thought he's at Wesker. Again.
Yeah.
What the?
I mean, I kind of understand the
Dr. Wesker?
confusion.
What's wrong?
Weska and Wesker, they're both
Right, it sounded like it. But still, my brain, like, immediately was like, yes, it's that. Wesker.
Help! Somebody come help me!
Imagine there was. I mean, I don't think this could ever work. But could you imagine if there was ever a multiverse event, but it was with like 13 different companies, like IPs or something? That would be kind of funny and crazy. The idea that like so many companies could somehow collab and make a really good product would seem
Called
like
Super Smash Brothers.
Aren't they all the? Aren't most of the IP though just Aren't most of the IP just from Nintendo though?
A lot of them have been on Nintendo, but Banjo-Kazooie is owned by Xbox now.
Yeah.
Solid Snake is PlayStation. Like, there's a lot of characters like that that are just, like, completely unrelated to Nintendo.
Okay.
Doctor? Doctor!
The first one that comes to my mind is Pyra and Mithra.
If the doctor was attacked
Right,
by
I don't
someone,
think,
the intruder was
Xenoblade
already
Chronicles is
inside
Nintendo,
the
is it?
No,
That's like a third
well,
party.
it could be, but I don't think it is.
Also, Joker, Persona,
Yeah.
Steve, Minecraft, those, like, these,
So it
these
has to
kind of
have been the
characters.
hitman. How did he get inside?
I bet
The
it's somewhere
security system
inside
is still
there.
active, so it should have been impossible to enter.
See, these are the statements you don't say, because you know someone has been killed, so you say, there must be a way in, not, it should have been impossible, because apparently it was possible.
How did the killer get in? And where did he go after murdering the doctor?
Probably out the way he came. That's just logic to me. Like if you're gonna commit a murder, you would take the secret route that you used to come into. Like unless if there was a
Sure,
reason you couldn't
if you
take
had
it
to take
out
the
again.
secret route in because the outside was too risky, why would you take the risky way on the way out? Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's true. That too. On top of the fact that he knew we were there, like he
Right,
heard us.
that's
He
the-
heard them. Huesca talking to us, so he had no reason to be like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna. If anything,
I'm
he
gonna
could be
go that
hiding in
way.
there. Like if he hid in there, I mean,
He
I
could
don't think
still
that
just
would
be in
work
there.
because he
just
also killed
watched
someone.
the-
He killed someone out
Right.
in the hallway, so it's like he would have had to get out at some
Yeah,
point.
how did he get in the hallway afterwards? That's a good question.
Well, no, I think it was through the secret passage, whatever it
The
is.
secret
that-
passage, but I'm surprised that I don't know. It came from
I
the
mean,
opposite
they're
side
on
of
the same
building.
level, so I don't think it's that
It's the
surprising.
same. It's the same level, but it was the opposite side because the way we
Wait,
left
Well,
that area.
I don't know if opposite would be matter that much because I would say it could be from either side of that room. Just how happened
Yeah,
that he
that's
got
where
killed.
the secret thing is. But I'd like to see like the layout design from how they describe it, or maybe they'll just never describe the layout design of the building. But that's what I want. I
mean,
to
I
see
think
the
they would have
architectural
to, because
plan.
we have to figure out how could he have broken in. And right now, our character's
Right.
like, they have to come through the main entrance, and then we'll find out. Wait, there's some secret blueprints that say there's a ventilation system that
Let's check around in
circumvents
case there
this,
are any clues.
which would make sense in my mind that that there would be a ventilation that goes to his office, so he couldn't run of oxygen, right? Like if
Right.
you had a room that was completely airlocked off. You know, you would kind of need an air supply, so you know you couldn't run
Some
out of
point.
oxygen there. So
Right.
so it would just make sense there's an air vent somewhere in there. Now, the size of the air vent does matter, because imagine it's like 2 centimeters wide. It's like, yeah, he's still getting plenty of air through that, but damn, no one's getting through that shit.
That sure is suspicious, Master.
What?
This is the decontamination device. If toxic gas leaks from the other chamber, this device is supposed to ensure it doesn't spread. What's inside the vents? I want to scope it out further, but I'm too short.
You could
Master,
fly.
Did you forget you're a ghost right now?
Oh, right! I can just do this. I'm floating! Whoa!
Mm-hmm.
No kidding. This spectral projection
Couldn't
is
we
such
just
a convenient
float
forte.
away, like through the ghost earlier? We didn't like through the walls and around the
True.
ghost earlier.
There
We
was a
didn't have
very
to-
easy way we could just say, yeah, we're not gonna deal with the ghost.
Yeah, we're just
we
gonna
could just
fly
don't
around
live-
them.
Investigation from the
Right,
start.
we could have just done that. Like actually, like in the game.
Yeah.
Maybe, but
And it
there's no
could have
point
made
to bring
logical
it
sense.
now.
And it would have been a
It-
quicker route because you could have just taken
it
a
would've,
straight
yes.
line.
Yes, it would have been. So it's just better in every way.
And even if
yeah,
the
you-
lab was filled, you could go over the entire lab. If you knew the exact distance to go, which maybe Yuma doesn't know, but we have a map, right? Like, so it's like, it implies that we have some idea of the area, which means that he would know that, you know, you need to go so far and whatnot. Although I have I've seen superpowers like this, but the problem with going in, going intangible is that if you don't know where it's easy to get lost underground because everything can look the same.
It's kind of like just like certain parts of the ocean. It's like, well, shit, we can't, like this part's really dangerous because you're disoriented and you can't like find your
Yeah,
way up.
no, I know exactly a high show where there was someone with that power and they said, I can't go down there. I didn't know clue where the fuck I am. Like, you would just be out of
Wait,
member.
wouldn't it be? Well, if you knew that the Earth was, you know, a solid core, couldn't you just like keep going until you got
Well,
to
in
the
the
other
show,
side?
they said that because it's all the same, it was taking place on an island, because all of the ground was made of the same material, like it was all like some deposit, like a very particular material. He wouldn't know what was left and right. Like he would get lost. Is the point? He wouldn't know how far to go because he has nothing to base off of.
True, but even if he was lost, couldn't he just like, even not knowing where he's going, just keep going forward, and eventually he'd pop out somewhere?
Well, if you're going down, then you could miss it. Because if you're going down underground, right? Then you don't, and even if you knew the approximate distance it would be, if you can't keep attention to how fast you're going down or forward, you could miss it quite easily. And if it was a scenario where you need like landmarks in the ground to tell you where to go, and then the entire ground was all the same, you know, I can definitely understand getting...
You're assuming I mean like going to a specific area, like trying to assume. I mean like if you are like already lost in the ground, could just like keep going, even if like like if you like, it's not like you would have no escape because in astral form you wouldn't need to breathe, so you could just. There's no limit to how long you could just like keep going until you eventually poked your head out of the ground somewhere in the world. Like,
in astral form, true. But specifically when you're just intangible, but you're still mortal, because in the show they were still mortal, and you couldn't do it forever. Like he could still die. Like people could shoot him.
Oh, I see.
Or no, I don't think he could be shot while intangible. It's purely the fact that it is a stamina bar. And if he were to stop in the middle of the ground, he's there, you know? He's gonna get killed.
Right. Yeah, in that sense I could absolutely understand it, because if you, like, it'd take a long time of flying, like, through the ground.
And they're going down to, like, a bunker, so it's, like, really deep underground, so it's, like, even if they knew exactly where it was, like, they had blueprints, which I think they do, it's like, you know, he still couldn't make a straight beeline for it because of the composition of the ground. Which is a really interesting idea when I first heard it. I'm like, wait, so you're telling me you can't tell the ground, which would make sense. Like, if you're underground, you know, would it just be like water, where you have no depth, you have no vision. You're just almost just walking.
Is what I imagine, you know?
Yeah, you just wouldn't see anything. Because it's not like you have X-ray vision. You can just walk through the ground. It's like, well, I'm going. It's like that Henry Stickmin. You know that Henry Stickmin ending where he goes to the ground because he turns himself intangible. It's like, I'm breaking out, and that's wait, no, no.
Keeps going.
Yeah.
Right, well that's the thing.
With
Would you like keep falling through, or would you just be caught up in the core also?
I think the way he talked about it sounded like you would just fall if you basically he could
Like,
go
would you
through
fall
any
all the way
material.
through?
But it sounds like once he goes through a certain material, he has to keep going through it until the end of that material. Like, he could go through a wall
I see.
easily if it's like, you know, it's dry while he walks through it. But if it's a giant iron deposit, he has to wait until he gets to the end of the iron deposit to do anything else. You know, he has to get through the material in mind before he can actually, you know, change any.
That sounds like a partially shitty power. Not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, I feel like if you're doing petty crimes and robbing, it's not that bad. Like, could you imagine how easy it is to get into vaults? You're just like, iron. Like, you know, you just think of like, what's the common material, and you just go through that, and you're just like, okay, I'm in. Just take out. And
we out, we go.
Yeah. Like, and the thing is that the universe they're in has superpowers, so there are superpowered villains. So as much as it would be easy for petty crimes, I feel like you'd still need a team because you wouldn't have much of an exit strategy. You would just be like, okay, I'm outside now. So, where do we go from here?
Right.
You'd still need a getaway vehicle.
But it's too dark to say for certain. The cover has a hinge on it. It looks like it can be easily opened and closed.
He's just like hitting the bar with his hand like, huh, man, what the fuck?
Oh, that's right.
odd to
Can't
me.
touch it since I'm a ghost right now.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no need to open it with my hand. I can just stick my head inside.
True.
True. In fact,
There's a
very
lot of
true.
Space in here.
Hey, maybe this was the way out. The intruder must have come through here. So that's it, right? That solves everything.
I mean, we should look in the room because that would be the place where he exit from. Like, or at least later on. It wouldn't be before the gas chamber. Wait, what? Oh, inactivity timer. Motherfucker.
Yeah,
Motherfucker.
shifting to cutscene. No lie, I was like, oh, I guess too late. We're shifting to cutscene.
Okay.
This is the main part of the decontamination
Okay. You got it now?
Yes.
device. During decontamination, the fins rotate to suck out air. The structure isn't built for someone to get inside. It's designed to filter air and nothing else.
Wow,
This
the air
cave
vent
doesn't
is
speak
meant
with-
to filter and vent air? Oh,
Well, it is a good
wow.
point. Like, because, you know, it's a good point because it just means that, you know, he couldn't have used this air vent. But then again, you know, there are other air vents later on, so...
Having an easy escape out of a locked room is like covering your pizza in anchovies.
What? Wait, having an easy escape out of a locked room is like having your pizza in... Oh, wait. Pizza in anchovies, I see. Wait, okay.
It's in anchovies.
Yep,
Ew.
mm-hmm. That's what I realized. I was like, wait, what? I mean, I don't really want anchovies on pizza, but why is that difficult to have? And I was like, wait, no, it's the other way around. Which,
Wait,
I feel like
it's like,
that
no,
would,
it's not.
unless the anchovies
It's
ginormous,
covering.
you would
It
have to
is.
like break down what is a pizza.
Oh,
like,
it is. It is like covering your pizza in anchovies. We had it right the first time.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, why? I reread it and I was like, wait a minute, no. That's wrong.
Yeah, okay. Why is that such a... I don't even know if that's supposed to mean it's an easy... Like, is that a hard thing to do or is it an easy thing to do? Like, having an easy escape out of a locked room is like having your pizza in covered with anchovies. It's like, what? What, how... That's like making an analogy, but your comparison isn't a difficulty slider, it's just a statement. It's like, what do you mean by that? Can you expand? What the fuck?
No, in fact, I cannot.
Hold on,
explain.
could you
In fact, I
Google,
will
like,
not.
in Japan, is, like, anchovies on pizza frowned upon or something? Like,
I mean, anchovies on pizza is frowned upon everywhere, including here in America. People
well,
eat
I
it.
think
but-
a pineapple is worse.
Yeah, I can kind of agree, but you know.
I mean,
it's
I never
more
had
like-
either, but I just know people don't, I just know,
I
I
feel
just
like
hear worse
pineapple is
about-
more common though.
yeah, I hear pineapple more often, and that people
It
don't
is-
want it over them mentioning anchovies, you know?
Right,
And
because people
anchovies
don't
is
even.
just sardines, right? Like
I-
little fish, I'm pretty sure?
It's essentially, yeah.
How's
Yeah,
that?
there's full fish. That's all.
Because it'd ruin the whole thing.
Okay, thanks for the explanation. So you're
Okay.
saying having an easy escape out of a locked room would ruin it? Wouldn't that be the perfect crime? Because then you would, you know, because the easy escape doesn't mean it has to be a known escape. It just means that it has to be easy for them. Like, if the detective never finds that escape, then it's a perfect crime.
Sure. The cover is easy to open and close. Probably for maintenance.
Don't tell me. I'm not gonna say anything until we get everything. But don't tell me they're gonna say someone hid in there. They're gonna be like, someone hid in the ventilation. It's like, who vented? Just like, no.
There's no,
No.
way of remembering this. It could be a clue for something else.
Agreed. Yeah, maybe. I guess you could put tools in there. Like, if you needed a way to, if you need certain tools to get out, you could put tools in there theoretically. Like, if you could disarm all the traps without unlocking the outside door, assuming that's possible, that would be an easy way to get some tools. Wait, actually, that makes sense because because the first door isn't actually locked. You can enter the first door even without his permission. So you could put stuff in the ventilation without him even needing. You don't need him to let you in. Cause if you, I don't know if you remember, but that first door, even though it says it's armed, it's not locked. This
It's
room
not,
locks
right.
up, and it gases the room. But that one over there doesn't. It doesn't lock. It's just a question
It's
of are
just
you
the
gonna
other
live?
shit. Right.
Once it detects an intruder, it'll puff out toxic gas. It's a room with a terrifying contraption.
And that would explain why it would be. Well, not explain why it would be a scientist, but a scientist would have the knowledge of, oh, you can enter that door, no problem. It's just, getting past the next room is the problem.
Well, it's disarmed, so there's nothing to worry about. Also, you're a ghost, so
True.
it wouldn't detect you anyway.
Let's check this out too.
What exactly?
So this is where the toxic gas comes out.
It's supposed to be super fatal, right?
Yeah, the toxic gas is bacterial, so regular gas masks aren't supposed to work against it. Even if you hold your breath, it'll be absorbed through the skin. And there is no treatment for it in the world.
So it's mustard gas.
The bacteria takes time to spread through your body, and you'll supposedly
Treatment for-
die after
There's
about
some
30
treatment for
minutes.
mustard gas. I mean, granted, if you just have too much, you're just gonna die in
Yeah.
there. But it is like a more immediate effect.
Yeah.
It's not like poison you and then you cure. It's more of treatment is in
Well, this would kill
helping
you as
your
well.
skin
That is
not
one of the reasons
die.
why I call it a mustard gas. Is that
Right,
it's
right.
kind of a, it's kind of a you probably die, but you could maybe live if certain
Right.
parameters are met.
Someone said you need a spacesuit to move through here safely.
Such a scary trap.
So Armstrong came through here to kill the scientist. Neil Armstrong. He must be the culprit.
Already
Of course, get him.
There
Actually,
doesn't
it probably
seem
would
to
be
be a secret
Beal
exit,
Leemstrong.
which makes sense, as it defeats the purpose
Or
of
Lee,
having a
no,
toxic gas
Beal
chamber.
Leemsting. Leemsting! Oh, perfect!
If that's the case, how did the intruder get through the chamber?
Probably didn't. That's probably the point. More than likely, because if he did get here, the door right there would lock. So if he's here, then he's, assuming the trap is armed, then he's not getting past this room.
Right now, I have no idea.
Assumedly.
Let's go to the next one! And we've arrived at the last room, the panel chamber. There are 9 panels divided in a 3x3 grid, and you must step on them in the order that the doctor set. Make one mistake, and you get zapped with high voltage!
The high voltage isn't just a threat. We've seen what happened to Amapel. It's not a problem since security is disarmed at the moment.
Also, you're still a ghost master.
Yeah. It never said the password changes, so theoretically, if someone learned this, you could still walk on this while it's armed. Theoretically. That's assuming you learn it, but also that's
Right.
assuming you
You
come
had,
here,
like,
you come
insider
this way through the armed traps, which just seems dumb because if you get to this point with armed traps, he needs to let you in. Getting here, you can't do without the gas room.
And here's what all that security was protecting. Pressing this switch opens the door to the doctor's lab. We managed to get this far earlier thanks to Amapel and Fubuki's forte.
I see it all like it's flashing right before my eyes.
Looks like this is it, my man. Hurry up and hit that switch.
We just need to stretch Amapel's arm out to that switch.
Really? That's what we did? I didn't remember that. Do you remember doing that?
We're in a hurry,
Nah,
but this
man,
is
barely
so
at all.
slowly.
Sorry.
Yuma, that should be good enough. Hurry up and move Amapel through that
Wait.
crack in the door.
Okay. Are they gonna... Oh my god, I think I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna take it where when Amapel got knocked over, the person ran out, jumped in the vent, we run past, and the person jumps out of the vent. Assuming there's no passageway we found in there, or any place to hide.
Because the killer came from the other end of the hallway on the opposite end of the building.
Well, no, he could walk out at that point, because we don't know what happened. He could have walked out at that, like, after we ran
And
by.
just went the opposite direction, and then after killing Yako, went back the other way?
Well, he could have run into Yako, and Yako wouldn't leave him alone, and
Well, that's the
could
thing,
stab
but
him.
that's the opposite direction of where the killer went at the end there. Because the killer went one
Correct.
way, opposite from the office, and we went the opposite way of the killer to find where Yako was. Which
Yes,
means that
so he ran.
the killer
What I'm
had to
thinking
be on
is
the...
Yako just bugged him, and he's like, "Okay, you're asking too many questions," and killed him.
But that was on the opposite end, so why was the killer down there if the killer
Because he
came
probably
from
was just looking for an
a
escape
hallway?
route or a way to hide.
I don't know. The fact that he's in a lab coat and the fact that he was casually strutting around the place like he owned it makes me feel
Well, I
like...
think he's just trying to get out of the area so he can blend in. And Yako just got in front of him, and he's like, "Well, I'm not gonna go that way anymore, so it's not as
Doesn't
suspecting."
explain my question of like why was he over there first?
Because that was the direction he was going at first, and then he ran into Yako.
Why not just keep going that direction then?
Because
after
he
killing
probably
Yako?
had blood on him, or he just looked suspicious as fuck. And Yako knew there was a hitman, so he would ask questions.
Wait, but that's not answering my question. Why was the hitman over there? And
He was
if
walking
he
in
did
that
go over there
direction,
first, why would he turn around
Okay,
just because getting blood on him when he was originally escaping that way anyways?
I would say he turned around to get away from the corpse and to be further from the body so people would be less likely to suspect him. That's the first thing, why he would turn around.
He'd be the same distance if he kept moving either way. There's like it doesn't change the distance you are if you move one way from a
But
body
if
or
you're
the other.
on that side of the laboratory, like if you cut it in half, if they investigate everyone on the left side, which was closer to the body, it's the fact that he's taking the odds that it will be the less likely to suspect someone who's in the opposite direction. Because of your point, why would you go in the opposite direction? Like if you're just looking for an escape, you stab and keep going, right?
I don't think that the game's thinking all of that, but sure.
Well, I think it why does it not make sense? Why wouldn't he go the other direction? It's a mislead. And why would Yako get stabbed? Because
Change
he's a
the
detective
mislead.
asking questions.
Because it doesn't really change the mislead, though.
Sure it does. You know how stupid they
Well,
are?
let's just let it play out.
I'm not
but
saying it's a
sure.
mislead for us. No. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a mislead for the Beastkeepers, is what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying, but I just don't think so.
I think you have too much faith in their smarts. Like I feel like they would totally just be
I'm
stupid
not
enough
saying
to...
I have faith in their smarts or anything. I'm not saying anything related to the Peacekeepers. I'm just saying no matter what situation you're in, to go that way and then the other way, it doesn't really change anything about the situation or the context of like where they found him. Even if he's like not supposed to be there, like is what you're suggesting, going either way, he'd be fucking sussed out
But no,
either
he
way.
has a lab coat, so I'm figuring he's blending in, and he's just trying to get more distance, so he's less likely to be as a suspect. That's all.
It's the same distance.
No, it isn't. It's on the other side
It
of the
is.
lab. He went the
Yes, but
opposite
he'd
direction.
be the same distance from the... Even if he's going the opposite direction, if you start from point zero, no matter what way you're going, you're going to be the same distance from it.
But the Peacekeepers would be assuming you go straight. It's just turning around to try to throw them off. And to be further away from the body
To the first crime
distance-wise.
scene. Another problem with it is that would be leading him back towards the area where he committed the first crime, which, again,
Well,
doesn't
he knew-
make sense.
well,
That's
he
the
knew-
secend thing that just doesn't make sense, and it's not even. That's not
Why
even a cover up
couldn't he walk
because you're
in the-
getting closer to your first murder at that point.
He's not right next to the Peacekeepers, though. He's
There's
walking past
peacekeepers
the
all over the
passageway.
place. They're
No,
all
no, they're
peacekeepers.
not in the hallway. They were not in the hallway. We know that for
Not
a
at that
fact.
point. Not at that hallway. No. But it doesn't matter because the
And-
entire place is peacekeepers.
Yeah, but they weren't close enough to see that he was walking that direction. And they already were accusing us, so they
Just
wouldn't...
carry on.
I feel like it
doesn't
makes pretty good sense. And yeah, he was walking towards his crime scene, but also, At that
Which
point,
was your
he would gotten
point
past
of
both
why
of
it made
us.
sense was that he'd be walking away from the crime scene by working towards another
He-
one by turning
But
around
he's
and
further away
undoing
from the
body.
first one, and he's not worried about that
But
body
he-
because he knows someone else is already taking the fall for him. He's not worried
Sure.
about that crime scene.
Sure. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
Well, I don't think they'll go in, I don't imagine they'll go and explain it, but it just makes logical sense from a criminal end, I'm just saying. Like,
It
why you would
doesn't
turn
to
around.
Me. To me, it's completely nonsensical what you're saying.
I'm just saying, if you divide a room in a half, if you go to the
Saying
furthest
what you're
corner,
saying.
you should turn around.
Based on the exit way of the doctor's laboratory, there's two ways you could have gone. If you split it in half there, and he went one way, walked into Yako got in his way, and he, like, killed him.
Mhm.
If he walked to the other side, he'd be on the other technical half of the building. First off, you're making the assumption that the building splits in half perfectly right there. That's just the angle we get from that hallway.
Well,
That's
no.
one
I'm
thing.
saying the mini map. It's a
Right,
it's a
the
half.
mini-map.
The mini map gives you a perfect half,
Okay,
and
Sure.
and there's no other doorways over there.
even if that, okay, you're saying they walked out of the hallway,
Went
walked
left.
into Yakko,
Yes.
fucking killed him, and instead of continuing the direction they were going to continue to blend in, because he would blend in no matter which way he would go based on your own logic, and instead he's going to walk away from his crime scene and walk towards his older crime scene, regardless if he knows, like, if someone's going to take the blame for him or not.
I don't think he's worried about the first one because he
Even
knows we're
not
there,
worried
and he
about it.
knows and he
Even
knows
if
the
he's not.
peacekeepers are there.
Even if not, it's still dumb on many
When
levels.
hold on, how are you cutting in half? Are you cutting in half? Like I'm going
By the
parallel with the
office.
by the hallway, where it's
Yes,
if you cut
I
the
am-
hallway. Okay. I mean, just like
I know
if
what
you're the
again.
furthest
I
distance-
understand what you're talking about. I'm just saying it still don't make sense.
Turning around is the mislead. That's the point. If you go forward, then you know
It's
that's
not
the obvious
misleading
way.
anything, though.
It is though, because you're saying he should walk forward. That's the point. If the logic says you should walk forward, then turning around is the mislead.
There's no reason or point for a mislead, though.
But there is though. You just said he's gonna walk forward, and he didn't. So he misled you. You would assume he would walk forward, and if you didn't have any information, that would be true. But we know he went the other direction. See?
Do we know that? You made
No. We
you
saw
made
him
it up
walk
in your
the other
head
way.
that he fucking was still in the hallway and he saw us fucking go into that office. You said that.
No, I'm saying that we knew he walked away from the body, right? And you're
Sure.
saying that logically, why wouldn't he keep going forward? That's why he did it, because logically you would go forward.
I'm saying
So
a couple different things, but let's
you
just
turn
keep
around.
going. Again, I'm done with it. I understand what you're saying, and I don't think you're fully grasping what I'm saying, but it's fine. Let's just go for it.
Are you asking
We're-
why he knows we're in there?
No,
Okay.
that's.
What's the question? And I'll try, and I'll see
I
if
don't
I can
have
answer
a
it.
question. That's the thing. I don't have a question. Let's just go. Okay, we've already been stuck on this screen for a while.
Well,
Let's just
true,
see
but
how
we're
this
also at the 40-minute marker, so I'm just like, what's the question?
You get in the episode. I ain't got all day either, man. Hey,
True, but I'm
I
just
gotta-
trying.
I
I'm just
gotta-
trying to help you. I'm
I
just
gotta
trying to help
finish
you
my
understand my
orientation
theory.
for work in a couple hours, and I understand your theory. I'm just saying it's dumb. Nah, I'm fucking with you. It's
If you
fine.
enjoyed,
It's
if you
just
enjoyed
I
this video,
don't
there's
think
stuff
it's
on the
right.
screen. If you have any questions, send the comments below or to our Discord server. There'll be a link to the description and our about section. I made it save two places as they're associated. On the left is a recommendation from YouTube, and the right is the series Rain Code in its entirety. And we'll see you